Good morning everybody, it is about 4:45 AM. I am an hour later than I wanted to be because my alarm did not wake me up this morning and I am stressed out of my head. I've just booked an Uber, there weren't any available for ages as well, so I've got that and it's about 4 minutes away. I'm cutting it so fine to get this plane and I'm so worried I might not catch it. I'll be so disappointed if I don't make it to Nepal today. I mean, worst case scenario is I come back to the hostel, book another couple of nights here, and I'll probably catch a bus or a train up to Nepal if that's the case, because that's a much cheaper option. But it would just be an absolute nightmare. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm going to make it to the airport in time. This really is cutting it fine. This was so stupid. I can't believe I didn't wake up. The alarm was at the other end of my bed and it just didn't vibrate next to me, so I don't know. I've broken my microphone for the third time. In excellent news, I've made it in time for my flight. Like, I set off really early as well, as in I could have probably set off another like 30-40 minutes later than I did. I just got really stressed because I was missing what I was doing. But I'm here, I'm okay, I'm just about to go through immigration. I need to get some cash as well for when I get to Nepal, and that way I can sort everything out when I get there in terms of like visas and stuff. Okay, here we go. Made it through security, I'm here, chilling out, waiting for my flight. I'm going to try and get a bit of money changed. I need some US dollars to get my visa sorted in Nepal. So I've got 10 quid and a bunch of dollars already, so I'll just change the £10. And hopefully I'm going to be catching my flight soon. I can't wait to get to Nepal. I'm so glad I made it here in time. I go again, country number 2. This is the one I'm most excited about. Made it. Finally, Nepal. This was a big tick on the list. I'm really glad I did it. It's really warm as well, it's crazy. Hi.
Lorenzo.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man.
I have made it to Kathmandu. This has been on the list for so long, I'm so happy to be here. It's kind of like a slightly quieter version of Delhi really, but in the Alps. If you mix the Alps with Delhi, that's kind of what I'm feeling at the moment. It is very smoggy though. There's a lot of people wearing masks and stuff, and in Delhi I couldn't really like feel the pollution. I can feel it here and I did not expect that. Hopefully though, we're going to be heading out into the countryside in the next couple of days, go on some treks. The air should be clearer out there. Let's go for an explore.
Every day is getting brighter, and every day is getting brighter.
So I'm in Kathmandu. Here's Chris.
Hello.
And we have just stopped for a bite to eat because I haven't eaten since like 6 o'clock this morning, 5 o'clock, 5:30 this morning, so I'm absolutely starving. We are going to go to a palace in a moment, which unfortunately I'm not allowed to take the camera to, but I'll tell you all about it. I'll give you a bit of the history as well and hopefully get some shots from outside. And then we're going to go to the monkey temple as well to go see that. I think unfortunately you're going to see a lot of these places twice because I'm probably going to take Miriam to quite a few of them when she comes out to Nepal, but get over it. So I've learnt my first very valuable lesson in Nepal. Always try and get the taxis to use their meters and they will always say no. They try to charge you way over the rates. We've just walked, what, 5 minutes?
Yeah, probably even less.
Probably even less than 5 minutes, and it's been a very pleasant walk to somewhere where one of the taxi drivers was trying to charge us 200 rupees to get to. So I've got my SIM card in my phone, we've checked on the map, it's really, really close. Actually, there was a really nice local shopkeeper on the street who started having a go at the taxi driver for trying to rip us off. So he saved our lives there. We are almost at this palace we're going to see. There's a bit of history about it which Chris is going to kindly explain to you, even though he failed to explain the stuff about the Lotus Temple when we were there, so boo to Chris. He will explain this one, that is a promise, because I'm actually staying in the same place as him. So if he doesn't, then I can go knock on his door late at night and make sure it happens. Well, once he's done that, we're going to go find something else to do, because there's so much to see. So we're just around the palace. I couldn't take the camera in, as I said. It was really interesting. Apparently there was a long lineage of kings who were really loved in the country, and then there was a massacre of the whole royal family, and then a new king took power, and he was really, really awful to the people of Nepal. There was a 10-year war, there was like a big 16-day sort of protest thing that took place. I definitely am going to get Chris to explain more to you. But we've made loads of new friends, so everyone's got to say hi. Say hi! These are our new friends we met in the temple, and they were sort of explaining a bit of the history to us. I think they must learn it in school, and it's really useful to have them to help us round. We are now on our way to try and find a temple, which is in the Lonely Planet guide. Hopefully it's going to be good. Let's go have a look. The temple we're looking for is taking a little bit of a back seat right now because we found like the most amazing street, ram-packed full of locals, great photo ops, and it's just, yeah, it's gorgeous. The lighting's amazing. It's like hustle and bustle, but the streets are much bigger than Delhi and much cleaner, have a much more calm and relaxed feel to them. Like, it's still crazy, but I don't know, it's a more friendly crazy. Wonderful, wonderful city.
My load is lighter since I left.
For those of you who have travelled with me or know me quite well, I often, when I find somewhere like this, have this sort of look on my face. And genuinely, I'm walking around this place and it's just, I'm gobsmacked. It's so vibrant. Like, I thought this was, it really is, it's like a, it's I'm going to say a more comfortable India. When you go to India, it's really overwhelming in terms of how everything is and where everything is. But when you come here, it's just like, it's nice. It's a much slower, more relaxed sort of walk through the streets. There's temples dotted everywhere. In India, like without some of the walking tours, especially in Delhi, I was less comfortable walking around. But when I come here, like, I could happily just walk through these streets by myself and genuinely feel really safe about it. Maybe that's just because I'm getting more used to it, but yeah, I think on the whole this place has a wonderful vibe. Let's ask Chris. What do you think about the vibe of this place?
Yeah, it seems really, really chilled. The thing that draws me in about this place is the amount of colour. There's just so much colour, whether it's from the stuff that they're showing in the shops to the bunting and the light peering through each of the gaps of the tight alleyways. But yeah, it's a really, really
I was saying it
place.
feels like a really safe version of Delhi.
Yeah,
like a safe, slow version of Delhi. Whereas Delhi, I was hesitant to walk around by myself some of the time. Here, it's just like you could bimble through here and feel good.
Yeah. It seems very tourist friendly, even though there aren't many tourists.
Yeah, I've not seen any Westerners as we've walked through this bit.
Yeah.
None at all. Like in the other areas, in Tamil and places, it was just Westerners. Here, there doesn't seem to be anyone, and that kind of adds to the ambience, I think.
What do I... Should we just talk about the palace? Yeah, so just now we visited the Narayanhiti Palace. And politically it's quite an important landmark because in one of the rooms the last king gave his press conference to the entire country, which involved him telling how he was being forced to abdicate, and that was orchestrated by this like guerrilla prime minister. So it's quite significant from that perspective. But the actual palace was very, very nice. It wasn't as opulent as the palaces that we know in Europe, but it was just quite interesting to see the guest rooms and how modest they were, and comparing them to the extravagance of like the ceremonial rooms where certain rituals took place. Yeah.
What about the massacre?
Massacre, yeah. So there was an area of the palace which was dedicated to a massacre that took place in 2011, and even though we both don't really know too much about it, 2001, sorry, and we both don't really know too much about it, but what we do know is that a prince essentially massacred his entire family, and there are a couple of remnants from the massacre, such as bullet holes in the walls. So yeah, that was quite interesting.
Cool.
Yeah.
Apparently I'm becoming an art installation. This chap over here has decided to start drawing me, so I'm definitely going to have a look and see what he's done by the end of it. On the whole, I think so far we've been really lucky in terms of what we've seen. There's minimal damage on a lot of things after the earthquake. A lot of stuff seems to have been repaired, the scaffolding's coming down, and I mean some of the most wonderful sights I've seen. Like, it's just everything I expected Kathmandu to be, and it's totally lived up to that. However, you can still see some of the damage in places. You can see behind me, like, it is still here, and I think it's really important to make sure that tourism is still coming to Nepal, because the place is still spectacular, and the more wealth and the more money we can bring here, hopefully the faster and the better job these places can be repaired. I think it's really important to get the message out there that all of this stuff is going to have to be rebuilt, and we want to get the majesty back of this place, so let's come here and spend the money to help, and hopefully that will make a big difference. We just bumped into our friends from the palace all over again, like randomly walking around Kathmandu, and guess who we bumped into? They came running over to shake our hands and say hi. It was adorable. I'm about to get run over there. Yeah, so we just stopped, had a bit of a chat with them, and they've recommended a couple of temples for us to go and visit. It's nice here.
But sunny